Hey guys, welcome back. Friends, today we're gonna check and discuss on JSP declaration scripting element. And for doing so, we have added this project, and let us quickly add one JSP file in this particular project. The name would be declaration.jsp, and inside this particular JSP file, let us start with an scriptlet first. Inside a scriptlet, we can indeed declare a variable, for example int, maybe test, and the scope of this test variable would be default. Means we are capable of declaring a variable inside a scriptlet as well. For example, if I declare the test variable with 10 and using altogether a different scriptlet, I display the value. Or for example, let us use an expression in here, and using an expression let us display the value of this variable test. Even this will work. Here we go. Now the reason why we require a declaration tag is mainly because of method declaration, and majority of the time the scope of a variable with a scope default works fine for any developer. But when we would like to declare a variable like private, then we won't be able to define a private variable inside a scriptlet. Likewise, even a public variable cannot be defined under a scriptlet, for the simple reason that inside a scriptlet these modifiers are not allowed. Alright, so moving forward, let's get rid of this temporary code. Now let's add one declaration scripting element, and the syntax is pretty simple. We make use of JSP tag followed by exclamation mark. So this is the tag for JSP declaration scripting element. Now inside this particular scripting element, we can definitely declare private or public variables with an ease, and there won't be any issue. For example, in here again we create a test variable and initialize this with 10. There won't be any issue, and definitely we can print it using an expression. There we go. And now if I execute the program, the output would be as expected, 10. Now always remember this, majorly and 90% of the time declaration tag would be used in order to declare and define methods. So let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this as well, and in here let us declare and define one method. So in here, for sake of simplicity, we will create a very simple method, and this method will simply print message on the web browser. So the return type would be string, the name of the method would be maybe message, and inside the body of the message we will simply return a message. The message would be hello world. I guess everything looks fine, and finally let us make a call using our expression, and in here we will call message method, no semicolon in expression, and finally let us execute the program, and the output should be hello world. Here we go. So this is where declaration is most used, and I guess the explanation was easy to understand. Whenever we require to declare and define a method in a JSP page, declaration scripting element is required. I suppose you guys have understood the concept. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day.